Submitting your application and beyond is the final episode in the Rockrose Foundation Application Guide video series. We recommend watching all the episodes to have a full understanding of our grant application process and expectations. In this video, we will talk about how to put the finishing touches on your application and what to expect after you've hit submit. It's important to note that this video series is specifically designed with the Rockrose Foundation grant application in mind. While much of the information may be helpful in completing applications for other grants, you should always make sure you are aware of each individual grant's rules and expectations. So, you've completed your application and you're ready to let us see it. Before you do, double-check everything one more time. Have you done everything on the checklist? Have you dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's? Did you remember to actually upload the attachments? Great! Time to hit submit and get back to your day-to-day work. Hopefully, you are submitting ahead of the preliminary deadline so you can take advantage of our executive director's willingness to do an initial check and offer feedback. Regardless, it's very important that you get your final submission in ahead of the stated deadline because you do not want to be the one person asking for more time. Asking us to make a special exception for you puts us in a difficult position and doesn't make a very good first impression. If you don't have the time to complete a thorough application ahead of the deadline, you may want to consider applying next year instead. Our executive director will email you to let you know she's received your application. She will forward a copy of exactly what we received from the website. If you don't hear from her within 48 hours, you may want to reach out to make sure we got it. It's rare, but technical mishaps can happen. Better to be safe than sorry. While you wait for us to complete the review process, please keep an eye on your email and phone messages for communications from us. If your application is rejected at any point in the process, you will be notified. We may also reach out to ask clarifying questions or request additional information based on questions from our board or community advisory committee. And of course, we will be reaching out to schedule your in-person presentation time. It is your responsibility to respond to communications in a timely manner. Remember to let us know immediately if your contact information changes. You don't want a change in email, phone number, or staffing to cost you a grant. Hopefully, at the end of the review process, you'll get an email congratulating you on receiving a grant. If you do, please be sure to read through the information and documentation carefully. A grant agreement is a legal document, and it's in your own best interest to make sure you understand it completely before signing. Review all requirements, limitations, deadlines, and reporting expectations. If you have questions, be sure to ask. We try to keep our agreements very simple, but you may want to have a lawyer or other professional review it on your behalf. You will want to save a copy of your signed grant agreement for your own records. It is your responsibility to follow all state and federal laws that apply to your organization, including meeting any tax obligations. We also recommend keeping a copy of your completed application for future reference. Although our application does change some from year to year, you may be able to use this year's answers to get a head start on next year's application, with all necessary updates, of course. During the spending phase, you'll want to keep all your receipts and track your spending carefully. This will help you prepare for your final report. It's also a good idea to collect pictures, data, and other information for your final report as you go along. It will save you time and stress as you wrap things up. You can submit your final report as soon as your grant-supported program is complete or your operational grant funds are depleted. You don't have to wait until the deadline. As always, we encourage you not to wait until the last minute. Please keep in touch with the Foundation through your spending phase, not just for administrative things like updating your contact information, but also because we want to be here for you as a partner if you're facing challenges. Although you are required to follow the grant agreement exactly, we can sometimes work with you to amend that agreement when unexpected circumstances arise. We would much rather know and support you during struggles than find out about them as surprises in your final report. And of course, we want to celebrate with you when things are going well. Unfortunately, because the need in our county is great and our resources are finite, we sometimes have to turn down eligible requests for good ideas. We don't like sending rejection letters any more than people like receiving them. If you do receive a rejection letter, please know that we're trying to be as compassionate and informative as possible. It's perfectly reasonable to be disappointed anytime a grant application is turned down. It's a good idea to keep any negative thoughts within your trusted inner circle, though. Staying professional in your communications after a rejection letter can go a long way towards setting yourself up for better success the next time. Remember, it may have been a lack of available resources that kept you from getting that grant rather than anything you did wrong. You don't want to burn any bridges when it comes to funding your organization. Not every funding organization can or will provide feedback on how to improve on a rejected grant application, but we do. If you'd like to chat with us about the strengths and weaknesses in your application, reach out. We're happy to schedule a conversation to explain our reasoning and answer your questions as best we can. We hope you will stay in touch with us even if you don't receive funding this year. We always want to know what's going on with our community partners, especially individuals and organizations like you doing good for their neighbors. That's it. You've reached the end of the Rock Rose Foundation Application Guide video series. Now you know everything you need to submit the strongest grant application possible. You can find links to the resources mentioned in this video on our website at www.rock-rose.org. Our Executive Director, Kelsey Hunt, is happy to answer questions about the foundation and our grant application. You can reach her directly via email at kelsey@rock-rose.org. Good luck, and we look forward to working with you.